Hi, and welcome to week 8. We have a short assignment week, and I got a little concerned. Let me switch over to SumNet so I can show you what I'm talking about. So in week 8, we have just a chapter reading and an exam. What is in this chapter reading this week is actually important, and you will all have a portion of this on your test. So I wanted to give you some extra homework, just a little bit more to practice on. And so to do that, we have to take a couple of steps. The first thing that you're going to need to do, because it's a large file to download, you're going to be in our Blackboard course shell. Go over to the left navigation pane and go down to Pause and Practice Files. Click there. Here you will find all of the data or resource files, if you will, for all the Microsoft Office programs. When you click on that live link here, it takes you into data files. When you're in there, you will notice a couple of things. One, there's all of the Microsoft Office programs that we teach you. So Word, Excel, Access, PowerPoint, and Outlook. We are in Chapter 7. The second thing I want you to notice is that because this is such a large file, it takes a little bit of time to download all those. It will download into a zip folder, which you can see. And so there's a lot of things in there. While you're waiting for that to download, you should go into your SimNet, go to Chapter 7, bring up your Sim book. In the table of contents, you will see Pause and Practice 7-1 and 7-2. Go ahead and click into 7-1. These are your instructions. In the first one, it tells you to locate and open the presentation Vision Care Personnel 07. That is one of those downloaded files, that zip file. So go ahead and double click on that last one. It looks like for me it comes up as the Vision Care Personal. That's that last one. Go ahead and double click on that and then bring up your PowerPoint. Don't forget to do a save as. It's your initials, PP space P7-1. And now we are ready for number 2 in the instructions for that Pause and Practice 7-1. Click the File tab to open the Backstage view, and let's click to check for issues. So, check for issues is in the Info tab, check for issues, and then select Inspect Document to open the Document Inspector dialog box. Once you're in here, you will then deselect the document properties and personal information. And let me back up just for 1 second. To inspect the presentation and check for issues means a couple of things. It might mean that we're doing this because our file could contain comments. There might be some authors' names or properties. And then we might need to check for content that people with disabilities are unable to read. We're actually going to be hitting a couple of these in 7-1 and 7-2. To finish up 2C, it says to deselect the document properties and personal information. This basically means that it inspects for hidden metadata or personal information saved with the document. Once you have deselected that box, click the Inspect. The Document Inspector dialog box opens with the inspection results displayed. Contents and annotations. The following information or items were found comments. So there's comments hidden. And so that's why we did check for issues and inspect the presentation. So let's go ahead and click to remove all in all the comment areas. And now click Close. Save the presentation again. So we're just going to do a quick just click the save since we're already in the Backstage view. In number 3, we are going to be checking accessibility and add alt AltText. Click the File tab again and the Backstage view. Click Check for Issues, and now select Check Accessibility. In the Accessibility Checker pane on the right, we are going to select the Content Placeholder 3, which is on slide 2. This is the content placeholder. Now what we're going to end up doing is, under the missing alt text, under missing alt, and the SmartArt graphic is automatically selected, right-click the SmartArt graphic and choose Format Object. Click the Size and Portions button and click Alt Text. So this is your Size and Portions button. We've got the fill and line, we have effects, and now we've got the size and portions, or properties, excuse me, and now you're going to go to Alt Text. Basically what this does is, if you have a person with a disability that's unable to see really good graphics, we're going to give this object a title and a description, so when the person is hovering over this and they're looking, you've got a description that pops up that's like a small icon to explain what this actually is. So that's all that you're doing. If you've ever looked within our Blackboard course shell, I have embedded within some information and some of the pictures, if you've ever looked, the same type of thing. So you see here, if I click on this link, I've got IP6-4 that pops up. That's what I've done basically, is I've given that some alternate text. I hope that makes sense to you. Okay, so now we've got this format shape pane that came up. Let's go ahead and take a look at the rest of the instructions, which, by the way, happen to be wrong. I've told SEMnet several times it's just one of those things that they just don't even, they never seem to catch or fix. Look at E and 3. It says type the title and the description text shown in the first row of the table in step F. Well, there isn't anything in step F in the instructions. We're going down to actually G. So I'm actually going to skip F at this time. In G, we are going to be typing in that for the title for this content placeholder, number 3, for slide 2, we are going to type a partnership between us. Don't forget to, don't miss out on those easy points, capital A, capital P, capital B, capital U. Those are easy points to miss if you're sitting for that final exam and you didn't follow the instructions. Then where it says in G, underneath of the bolded description text, you will type the description text. So the text is, this diagram shows that our services and your ongoing care work together. Go ahead and do a period. Make sure that you proofread. Once you are done with that, then you will finish up what you see in the rest of the instructions underneath of 3G. So for example, now that we have this, you're going to go to picture 1, slide 5, and you notice that it actually takes us to slide 5. It highlights picture 1. And we don't have to right-click to go into the format the object because we still have this format picture pane up. So go ahead and follow along in those instructions and finish out picture 1, slide 5, slide 6, and then slide 7. When you have that last one done, as you're typing these and then you go back over to click new ones, those others that you've already typed the information in do disappear. So I want to bring that to your attention. Now that you've gotten the last picture on slide 7 completed, In number 4 for the instructions, it says now we're going to adjust reading order for slides listed in the accessibility checker pane. Select slide 3 under check reading order. So that is accessibility checker, and we've got check reading order. So now select slide 3. And once you've done that, you are now going to click the Home tab. We're in the Home tab. Click the Arrange button and choose Selection pane. Click the Bring Forward or Send Backward arrow so the content on the 4 listed slides in the order shown is in the following table. Those are right here. This one is Send Back, and this is your Bring Forward. As a matter of fact, I'm going to go ahead and get rid of this format background, as we won't be needing that. So here what we're going to be doing is, when you look on the instructions, we have for slide 3, the order that we need is content placeholder, text box 8, and then title 6. It is telling you to go ahead and use these bring forward or bring back. You can also move them this way. However, you know how funny SumNet can be. If it's telling you to use those buttons for bring forward, bring back, do so, and don't take the shortcut until you're sitting for the final exam. Now here we need to click on content and placeholder and use our bring forward to make that first. Then we've got text box 8 and then title 6, so that is the correct order. Next, on slide 5, we need to have text box 5 first, then picture is second, picture 1, content placeholder 3, and then title 2, excuse me. On 6, we want the content placeholder 3, then click on picture 1 and click up once, picture 1, then title 2, and on slide 7 we are doing no changes. Let's go ahead and close the accessibility checker and the selection pane. And now let's save the presentation. I'm just going to go ahead and click on the save icon. Another way would be Control S. Let's check compatibility for the presentation with 97-2003 software. You ever tried to be in either 2013 or 2016 and you've saved it that way, and then you give it or you send it to someone that's using an older version than even the 2013? Sometimes they're not able to bring up your document or your presentation because they have an older version. So we're going to fix that. So let's go to Backstage View. And while you're in Backstage View, click the Check for Issues button. And while you're in there, then you're going to select the Check Compatibility. This check for features is not supported by earlier versions of PowerPoint. Note the summary on the Microsoft PowerPoint Compatibility Checker dialog that I just read to you. And it says that the SmartArt graphic and any text in it cannot be edited when using versions of Microsoft earlier than Office 2007. So if you happen to send this presentation to someone that's using 97 or anything previous before 2007, they might not be able to see that image. Okay? So what we're going to do is just click OK to close the dialog box. And now what we're going to do is encrypt the presentation with the password. Go to your Backstage View again, click the File tab, click the Protect Presentation. This controls what types of changes people can make to this presentation. So for instance, if you have two secretaries in an office that are sharing the presentation and they don't want anyone else to have access to it to make changes, they might want to think about using something like this. Or if you're the lone person creating this presentation, you want to send it out to others just to proofread, to take a look at, but not to make changes. This is why you would use that. So go ahead and click the Protect Presentation. Next, select the Encrypt with the password to open the Encrypt document dialog box. Type the password capital C, capital M, capital P, ECC, and click OK. This opens up a Confirm Password dialog box. Go ahead and retype that same password and then click OK to close that out. Now let's mark the presentation as final. So you will see here we've got the Protect Presentation password going. Let's go back into the Protect Presentation button and then select Mark as Final. This lets readers know the presentation is final and make it ready for read only. So we're going to go in there and a dialog box opens with the marked as final message. Click OK. And then another dialog box opens with the final version message. So go ahead and just click OK. And now we're done. The presentation is automatically saved. Go ahead and close the presentation. So File and then Close. And now I'm going to go right on in to 7-2. Let's go ahead and open up the presentation that we just got done saving, which is your initials PP P7-1. Notice that it comes up with the we need a password dialog box. So the password again was CMP, those were all caps, and then lowercase ECC. And now we just need to go ahead and click Edit Anyway, because as you recall just a few moments ago, we did mark this as final. An author has marked this presentation as final to discourage editing. That's a nice feature to use if you ever want to share your presentation with someone else for them to look at it, but not to make any changes. So let's click Edit Anyway to remove the marked as final notation. Save the slide as a picture. Now, you are going to select slide 7 to make this move. Then you're going to click the File tab to go to the Backstage view, choose Export, and select Change File Type. Next, you are going to select JPEG, File, Interchange Format. Then go ahead and click Save As to open the Save As dialog box. And you can notice your Save As type is saved as a JPEG file interchange type. I want you to save this as your initials PP P7-2A. So when we get ready to add this or upload our files, you're going to be uploading this to A. So make sure you save it someplace you can get to. Now it says on here, do you want to save which slides which slides do you want to export? All slides? Well, in this case, we just want just this one. So just this one is what you want to select. Now let's create a PDF. We're still going to be on slide 7, so don't leave this. We're just going to make it into a PDF. Let's practice that. Backstage view with your File tab, choose Export, select and create a PDF, and then go ahead and click on the Create PDF XPS button, and notice that we have PDF down there at the bottom. This time you were going to save the file name to 2B. But before we're done and we click Save or Publish, there's a couple of steps that we want to do. Deselect the Open file after publishing, because we don't want to open this file after we get done making it and creating it to a PDF. So take care of that. Just deselect that. Next, select Minimize Size, Publishing Online, and then click your Options button to open up the Options dialog box. For what, publish what, we want to select Handouts, and we're going to have 6 slides per page, and then check Frame Slides. Now deselect Document Properties, and then click OK. Next, click Publish and let it run its course. Now we're going to go into applying transitions to save the presentation. Click on any slide, then click the Transition tab and select Page Curl. So click your More button if you need to and go ahead and locate Page Curl, and make sure that you do click on Apply to All. Next, select slides 1 and 2 and select the vortex transition. The select effect options, make that from the right. And now let's save the presentation as 7-2C. And my little boxes keep popping up because you can see that I've saved these already. I always practice your homework a couple of times before I create these movies. So sorry if that's a little irritating. That's all that is me saying yes, I want to duplicate this again. Okay, we're almost done with the homework. Let's take a look here. On the second box, we are going to be, oh, I'm sorry, I skipped one. We've got a movie to make now. Go to your Backstage view. Now choose the export again, because we're going to create a presentation video. This is where we have another error in the instructions. So let me try to be careful when I'm lecturing on this. The next thing you're going to do is create a video, so select that. On the first box, which is here where it says presentation quality, you are going to click the list arrow and you are going to choose internet and DVD quality. Notice there is no DVD quality, so just go ahead and select internet quality for now. And then on the second box, go ahead and use the drop down arrow. Use the default setting for don't use recorded timings and narrations. So it's defaulted to that. For the seconds to spend on each slide, let's switch that to 3 seconds. And then go ahead and click Create Video to open the Save As dialog box. Let's change the name to 2-D or P7-2D. Go ahead and save. And it is already set at the MPEG for video. And now you're all done. Let's save again one last time. This time I'm going to click the Save icon. Now we're going to create a handout. Click the File tab and choose Export. Next, click on and select Create Handouts. Click the Create Handouts button to open the Send to Microsoft Word dialog box. I'm going to go a little bit slow because some of you have not done this before. We're actually going to be exporting this to a Word document. So select the page layout blank lines next to the slides, and then select Paste. Click OK. And you can see that the pointer is going in circles, so it's thinking. Give it just a moment, and then Word does open up with the slides arranged as we selected them. So that's a really neat feature to have if you wanted to print with ease from there, or you wanted to send this to someone before the presentation. Okay, let's go ahead and save this Word document with the file name of our initials, P7-2E, and find your place to save that. Give me 1 second. And so I've already saved mine, and we will upgrade to the newest. And now let's close Word. And now go ahead and close your pause and practice PP presentation 2-C. I am going to want you to upload into week 7. I want you to upload your A, B, C, D, and E. So you will be uploading those into week 7. All right, that's it. Good luck, and don't forget to use the Ask Dr. Burns a question tab in Blackboard should you have questions.